Good morning, everybody. Hi, my name is Kat. I'm one of the MLS instructors here. That the topics I cover at the association is MLS Touch, Prospect CRM, RPR, and Remind. So if you take one of those classes, most likely is mine. If not, it's a webinar from Canada. So, and welcome to Las Vegas. This is a class specifically for Las Vegas members. I'm here at the association, and to get started, this class is about MLS Touch, the app. So the first thing that you need is to know that this program, let's get started with the PowerPoint. Okay. The first thing we're going to talk about is what is MLS Touch. And as you know, this is the app for Android or for an iPhone, or also tablets. You can use the MLS Touch on. So that's the purpose, so that you can use it on a touch screen, hence MLS Touch. Okay. After this, we're going to talk about how we can install it in your device. When we're done, we're going to go into the app, and we'll talk about setting up the color schemes, branding, like your you can include your office logo, for example. And there's more we can add to it, but we'll talk about that later. Then we'll talk about features like your contacts and all the other options that you have in there, like your CMA, your mortgage calculators, things like that you have in the app. We'll do a map search. That's the big part right there. We're going to do a lot. We're going to search for properties in an area, and then we're going to open one up so you can see the information that is included with the listings. And we'll leave the good stuff at the end, which is InstaView, which is a pretty neat feature that pulls up the listings when you're at the property, so you don't have to search it. So that's InstaView. Okay. So now, to install MLS Touch from an iPhone or an iPad, you need to go to the App Store. Then you need to find this icon, okay, the App Store. This is for iPhone or iPad. If you're using an Android device, you need to go to the Google Play Store, and it kind of looks like this. And you need to go into apps. Make sure that you're searching under apps for MLS Touch. You need to go to search first, though. The search is a magnifying glass. If you don't, you need to find that button, tap on it, and then search MLS Touch. You don't have to use capital letters, just lowercase will do. And then you will find an app with this icon. It has those 4 diagonal lines. Once you're there, you open it after you're done downloading it. And after you open it, make sure that you select the state of Nevada. And then you pick for the Association Las Vegas Realtors. When you're done, enter your public and private ID. And that's where we start. I'm going to switch screens now. If you have any questions throughout the class, feel free to click the Q&A button below, or you can also use the chat if you like. Okay, this is the program I'll be using. Let me mirror. Okay, now you all are looking at my screen right here on my iPhone. So like I said, to install the app, make sure that you click on the, let me move something around here. Okay, make sure that you click on the App Store first, or tap on it with your finger. The search is down here on the bottom. This is an iPhone, by the way, so make sure that you know what device I'm using right now. And then search the name. Tap that search, because normally it takes you to some other screen, and then the search is down here. So search. And then up here, you type in MLS. Again, you don't have to use the capital letters. Touch. Okay, and I have two results. I'm going to tap on the one on top, MLS Touch. And it's not RPR. So you remember the logo? So it has those 4 diagonal lines. And then you'll say get, or if you have already downloaded before, you see a cloud. This is an iPhone though. So I already have it, so I can tap open. Let me see, this is, turn this off. So it doesn't get, I don't get disturbed. Okay, so the open, and then if you already have the app, it looks like the same logo right here. So get out of here. So here's my app. You see, it's called MLS Touch, and the logo is the same. So I'm gonna tap on it. And this is where we need to select the correct state. If you accidentally selected the wrong state, if I select Hawaii, I tap next, it's not a big deal. To return back, you tap on this arrow to return back so you can go back to selecting the states. Okay, when we find the correct one, tap next. And make sure you're not in Incline Village. You need to switch it to Las Vegas. And then tap confirm below. Okay, this is where you put in your public and private ID. I'm gonna put mine. Okay, that brings us to this screen right here. This is the Discover screen where it tells you about the app. You can always bring this back up later. I'll tell you where this is located if you want to look at the features that comes with the app. Okay, but to get out of this, you simply tap on skip on the bottom, and that brings us to the home page of MLS Touch. And on the home page, this is the agent version that we're looking at. So you only have 6 buttons: the map search, advanced search, MLS search, MLS number search, sorry, let's be more specific. Safe search, these are your safe searches. Your listings are here, your favorites, InstaView, hot sheet. Okay, and down here on the bottom, we have the house where it says home to always bring you back to this screen right here. So you have the home. The map search is the same as this button up here. Your contacts are here. Messages, you can text with your clients or contacts over here, messages, like text messaging. And then more. Now, the first topic we're going to talk about is under more. I'm going to tap on that. Under more, you have your safe searches. So if you save searches also in Matrix, your safe searches will appear here also. So those are your safe searches. So I'm going to tap it so you can see it. So I have the MLS Touch safe searches. And then you see up here, I also have my Matrix safe searches. MLS Touch is automatically synchronized with Matrix and Prospect CRM. So when you add contacts in here, in this app from your phone, when I'm going to show you that some of those tricks later. So it automatically adds those same contacts in Matrix and in Prospect CRM also. So you don't have to add the contacts in 3 different programs 3 times. It does it automatically here. Okay, now to return back, I'm going to tap on the arrow to return us back to this screen. So that's your safe searches. Next, we're going to talk about is brand and share. And then you have, again, some tips here. But to skip this screen, simply tap continue. And this brings us here to the branding. Oh, I lost my logo. Okay, so here's how this works. I don't have a logo, but I'm gonna use one of the photos on my phone. So to add a photo, actually it's here, Las Vegas Realtors. What am I saying? Okay, but to add a photo select the logo from your phone. That has to be from your device. If you have that picture already saved on in your device, you can tap here, select logo, and then that brings you to the photos. So I'm just gonna open. Oh, that's the calendar. Let me cancel. Let's select the logo. Let me see. Okay, let's use Las Vegas. The sign. That's pretty. Okay, so you see I can move the picture around. I can also increase the size by, you see, separating my fingers. Zoom in. I can zoom into the picture, Las Vegas. Okay, or I can include welcome to Las Vegas right there. So I can make this my logo. Okay, tap done, and there's my logo right here. So that's how you can select your logo. Next you can do is select the color scheme. The color scheme is for when you send listings to somebody, or when they this is more on the listings, or when you email it to somebody, when you text it or email it to somebody. So you have these three colors: the primary, the accent, and the variant. So to set it up, the presets are already set up colors automatic. If you belong to one of these offices, for example, you can just select the office. But if you don't, you simply select your colors here. Let's start with primary. When you tap on it, you see you have two options. You have the wheel, which is this. There's the blue, red, yellow, green, purple. Simply go to the color that you want. You can also switch it over to RGB up here, and it kind of looks like this. So from the wheel, it's easier for me. Let's say I want the primary to be red. So I tap red, and you see the red. And then you can play with the brightness if you want to. Okay, so you have many levels of red right here. So you can choose your red. When you're done, you tap the done button up on top, and now that's my primary color. I have an accent color and a variant color, and it's the same. It brings you to the wheel where you can pick what color you like to use. It looks like, since this one is in the middle, that's the gray color, as you can see. Okay, and then there's variant. Let's choose a different variant color. Let's choose green. Okay, so you can see where those colors will appear. Done. So now I have three different colors. So when you're done selecting your colors, next thing you want to do is preview. Tap on preview so you can see where they appear, these colors. Like first is the branded app. When I tap on it, this one only shows my logo. When I share my app with my contacts, it allows them to download. It's a different app. It's not called MLS Touch, what they're downloading. MLS Touch is only for you guys because you're the realtor. Okay. I'm going to close the preview. Okay. Next is the email layout. So when you email listings to somebody, you see there's your logo, and then doesn't show me the colors. I probably didn't apply it. Let me close the preview. Let me see. There's apply color and logo. You see that right here? Apply. Okay, let's preview it again. Email layout. Doesn't look like this one appears. Let's close that, and then let's preview the last one. Oops. Preview, and then view your listing layout. Is when you send somebody your listings, and then we have there's the gray though, but normally you will see that those colors right here, like the ones that I just chose, will be here. And on top also, the top will be the primary, but this has not refreshed yet for some reason. Let me try it again. Brand and share, continue. It has these three colors. Let's preview. Listing layout. There we go. See, nope, they have not updated. So the color should be, like I said, up here will be the primary, and then normally you will see down here on this chart right here, you will see the other two colors though. Okay, Next, I want to talk about is sharing your app. Down here, do you see share my app? You tap that and you can email it or text it to somebody. You see, you have send by SMS, which is text, and then send by email. You can also take the link from here and then you can put it on, like if you want to put it on your email signature, or you can send it to somebody. Now, if somebody tries to install the app and it asks them for a code, then this is what you need to give them, these numbers and letters. This is yours. Okay, don't give them mine, by the way. This is mine. Okay, so I'm gonna open this in Safari so you can see how it works. So when somebody taps on that link, you see it brings them. Oh, there's my primary color. All right, so it brings them to this app to download the app. You see down here where it says install app, and it has my information in here because that code is mine. So when somebody tap install app, it takes them to the app store, and this is the name of the app they're installing. You see, they're not installing MLS Touch. They're installing one called MLS-Client or MLS Client. There's no dash. Okay, so yeah, so that's what they're installing, your clients. Okay, so let's return back to the app. Okay, but again, if your clients calls you and asks you for a code, you need to give them this. Okay, and you can send it to their email. A lot of people have their emails already set up on their phones. Okay, or text messages. You can text it to somebody. Again, it has to be in iPhone or Android. Okay, let's return back. Again, that was share my app. Okay, now we're done with that. The next part is called Facebook Publishing Tool. The Facebook Publishing Tool, you need to create a Facebook business page first. Okay, you cannot have it go into your normal profile because of Facebook business rules. So you tap that, you hit continue on the bottom, and from here, good morning, Donald. Okay, from here, you see I have a business page created for Las Vegas statistics. And then over here is what type of data goes into the posting on your business page when you have a new listing, when you lower the price of a listing, when you can put in sold listings, and then open houses. Those, when you enter those in Matrix, for example, it will go to your Facebook business page. This is what you need to do, is make sure that it's on the ones that you want to go to automatically syndicate to Facebook. Okay, so that's that. So again, you have to have a Facebook business page. Let me see if I can unlink it so I can show you how the process works. Disconnect, you see? Don't do this, by the way. I'm disconnecting mine so I can show you how it works. So the first thing you need to do, let me minimize this for example, is on Facebook, make sure that you have a business page, right? So let me open up Facebook. To create your business page, you need to go on the top. Do you see the little plus sign once you're signed in? Click this and then click on page. So this is where you create your page. After you create your page, then you can do what I just told you. Okay, so then after you create your page, then you come back to the app, more again. Under more, go here to Facebook Publishing Tool, tap connect. See, it wants to open my Facebook. I hit continue, tap continue. Okay, and then it asks me to open my Facebook. I tap open. You need to have the Facebook app also in your computer, so it helps. And you notice that I'm logged in, and I tap on where it says continue as my name. Make sure you're not signed in as somebody else. And this is the part that you need to make sure you have created that page. Otherwise, you won't see anything here to continue. So I created the one I call Las Vegas Statistics for class purposes. So I'm going to select that one. But if you have more than one page, you can select which pages you want to publish your new listings, your open houses, etc. Next. Okay, and then make sure these are on. When you're finished, simply tap done. Tap OK. You're now linked. That's a confirmation. Okay. Then tap save here. Okay, finish. Okay, so here we are, back here again. So next time when you come in, just simply tap Facebook Publishing Tools to change your settings. Tap continue, and we're back here again. For example, if you don't want the price change to appear on your Facebook, you can tap here to turn it off. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. So that's how you set it up to work with Facebook, the Facebook Publishing tool. Next is the calculator. The calculator is the amortization schedule. Okay, this is the default that comes with the system. So if you know that the interest rate right now is 2.9 or something like that, you need to correct that here. And simply tap there, tap the X to remove that 5, and then put 2.9 to change it, or make sure you keep up with the interest rate. All right. Next is the amortization schedule. You can do 10, 15 years, 30 years, but let's do a conventional 30. So let's drag this all the way to the end. And then the frequency is monthly. So once I've changed those, I go back. Okay. But if you want to reset it back to the original 5%, 25 years, you tap reset to start over again. Okay, so I'm going to tap back because I'm done here. So that's how I set up my amortization schedule. Next is the find members. This allows you to look up any realtors, members of the Las Vegas Association. So you can simply tap here and just tap in a name. Okay. So you can type somebody's name. You can look up any members here, and you can contact them. You can call them, email them, if they have their email address. Most people do. Next is matrix integration. In the matrix integration is where you can make sure that your contacts, your safe searches, your also your favorite possibility shopping cart, all is synced with matrix with this app. So simply tap here. So make sure that your contacts, your client portal, which is your favorite possibility rejected listings when you send listings to your clients in matrix, so you can see them here too. And then you have your safe search and your shopping carts. So whenever you put a listing in a shopping cart in matrix, you can open it and view it here. Okay, let's go back. Make sure that they're all on, they're all green. Okay, when you turn it off, it looks like this. Okay, go back. So that's the matrix integration. Make sure that they're all on. So this way, all your contacts are synchronized with matrix. Next is settings. Under settings, we have preferences. Again, these are your defaults. Like when somebody does the amortization schedule, it deducts automatically 10%, and then that's the reduction, default down payment. That's the down payment. The system can also remember the last search. So like I have here, my map search, open the last search. So you can, if you don't do that, it always opens up the map of Las Vegas, and then you have to start zooming into a particular area. Same with the advanced search. If you want to leave the last criteria you use, you can turn that on here. But that I don't think is a good idea, because you might be starting new searches over and every time you tap on advanced search. That's the criteria again. And then when you go to the results, you can have the information sorted by map. When you do a map search, everything is sorted by ascending price. So it goes from low price to high price in that order. You can also change that to these options. You can have it sorted by address, square footage, status, or distance, closer to farther. Okay, so those are your options. When you're done making changes, simply tap apply. Okay, but if you want to search the opposite of ascending, here's descending, by the way. Okay, simply tap apply, and that will be your default from now on. Okay, you also had advanced, when you do an advanced search, same. Okay, you can change those. All right, that's it. That's all for the preferences. To return back, next is the comparables. Defaults. These are the defaults. We're not doing a comparable here. So I'm going to tap comparables. So you want the recent sold. Do you want also on market properties? If you do, check that. If you don't, switch it back to recently sold. And then within 10% of the price range, within 1 mile distance, and then if you want to compare properties with the same number of bedrooms, leave that on. And then just simply hit the back button. And remember, you have the reset in case you accidentally messed it up or made a mistake. Let's go back. The last one is notifications. So the app can notify you whenever you receive a message from a contact. That's a good alert. When you get new leads. This is also tied to Prospect CRM. So when you get new leads through Prospect CRM, this will alert you also. New contacts favorites, new contacts possibilities, new contacts discarded. Okay, so this is the when you send listings to somebody, and from Matrix, not even from here. Somebody can go into their Matrix portal, your clients, and then they can, if they see a property that they like, they click on the little heart, and then they select favorite, possibility, or discard. Okay, so let's return back. So those are your notification settings, and this is everything in settings. Let's go back. So I just hit the arrow again to return us back to this. So if you have any problem using this app, or if anything weird happens, there's a technical support number. Tap that. And then here's the phone number, okay? 888-765-9223. If you want to, I'm going to leave this here for a second so you can write it down if you want. And their hours are Eastern time, so be careful. It's actually, in our time, is 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, now I'm going to tap back. Last chance, 888-765-9223. Back. Okay, so that's the MLS Touch technical support phone number. You also have that Discover MLS Touch, like remember that screen that we saw at the beginning that had all these tips about features that comes with this app, in case you want to go through them. Okay, so to get out of this, I'm simply going to tap skip, and we're back out here again. You can follow this company, okay, which is Prospects. That's the name of the company. You can send them feedback if you want to improve this program also. So these are two good buttons. And to get out of here, you can log out, but you don't have to log out. The system will keep you logged in all the time. So you simply tap the app and you're in. You don't have to enter your public and private. Select Nevada, select Las Vegas, and enter your public and private ID every time. So don't log out unless you share your phone with another realtor. Could be husband and wife or partners. Okay, so here we are. My photo, this came from Prospect CRM, my photo. So that's where it came from. Let's return back to the home. Actually, yeah, let's go back to the home screen. So this is the home screen again. I'm going to show you the contact. You notice I have an alert here because that is a new lead from my last class that I taught in Prospect CRM. So I'm going to tap on contacts. And these are the contacts I've imported from Prospect into Prospect CRM. And you see they appear here automatically. So I don't have to enter the client again. If you have a new lead, you see here's the little marker telling me that I have a new lead. I simply tap up there to new leads, and I have a new lead called Peter Griffin. Okay, from here, what I do is you can tap on the client, on the new lead, and then you can tap accept, and it moves them over to your contacts. Let me tap the X. I leave them in here for class purposes. Okay, so back to contacts. Up here, you have the ad under contacts, not under leads. Under contacts, when there's an ad option, this also allows you to upload contacts from your phone to the app. So once you upload them here, they also go to Matrix and Prospect CRM. So when you tap add, do you see the option? You can create a new one or import from device. So you don't have to look up their information. And here they are. So once you open that up, you find whomever you want. Simply you select them. Okay. After you select them, tap the done button and those people will be in your app. And once they're in your app, in a few seconds, they'll be in Matrix also. So that's awesome. You don't have to add people, from your phone. You automatically do it here and they will appear in Matrix and Prospect CRM all together. So that's contacts. Moving on, let's go back home. I just tap home down on the bottom left. So from here, we have the advanced search. This is like if you want to search by criteria or an address. If you have an address, you can search it here by tapping advanced search. And up here, you see where it says search by address. You can search by addresses here. So that's a quick way for you to look up a property if you only know it by address. Let's go back. These are the criteria, by the way. This will also appear when we do a map search. So let's go back. Okay, you have the map search here, which is what we're going to talk about. You also have MLS number search. So if you want to search by listing number, you tap here and you can do up to 10. You can search up to 10 different MLS numbers, one in each box. Okay, and then when you're done entering the MLS number, simply tap search and you'll find you that listing number. To return back, you tap on the arrow. Okay, and if you want to look at your listings right now, you have listed in the MLS. You tap here where it says my listings. I don't have anything here, so there's nothing to show you. Okay, go back. This will take you to a map or the list or stats. Let's go back. And then you have your favorites. When you open up a listing and you want to set it aside, you can put them here under your favorites. So this way you can find them quicker next time. All right, so we're going to go into the map search. You can tap up here or down here, same thing. I'm going to tap, and this remembers the last criteria I used because I had that set up on my default, if you remember that. Now from here, you notice the little marker indicates where I am right now. I have that on because of Insta View, so you need to have that on. I'll tell you how to turn it on in case you don't know on an iPhone. Let's move to an area where there are homes. Okay, here we are. Just a little bit west, and we have some homes. The next thing is you see these little markers. This tells you the status of a property. The blue markers that you see here, the blue could be that the listing is active, under contract show, temporarily off the market. Those are the three statuses for the blue. Again, active, under contract show, or temporarily off the market. The yellow one is under contract no show. The yellow, orange, yellow. Okay. The gray ones, if you ever see a gray one on the map, because remember, you're a realtor, you can see all the statuses that the public cannot. So the gray ones are comp sold listings, incomplete listing. If you started entering a listing and you have not submitted it, that's an incomplete listing, status I. We have withdrawn conditional, and expired. So those 5 statuses. Again, the gray one, expired, withdrawn conditional, incomplete, and comp sold. So those are the gray. If you see red ones, if you see a red marker, it indicates that that property was sold. Status, history status, if a listing has been sold for more than 1 year, it automatically goes to H status, which is history. And then L for lease. If you see red, those are the 3 red statuses. And then there's a purple, the last one. The purple is if it's a coming soon listing, a CSL, coming soon listing. you'll see a purple marker telling you that's a coming soon listing. Okay, so to eliminate like the under contract no show from here, I can go up to filters. You see I have no filters right now set up. But if you want to search by address, you can do that up here too, by the way. You don't have to go to the other advanced search. You can do it right here if you want. Okay, so filter, that's up here is if you want to put in more criteria, like if you want to search by a particular price range, if you want to search if it's for sale or for rent, you know, you can search it right here. So to get started, I want to eliminate the status. I don't want the under contract no show, so I'm going to go to status, tap here. You see under contract no show is selected. So take that out. But if you don't want temporarily off the market in your search results, I can select active here, okay, and under contract show. You can select those two, okay. Then hit tap apply on top. Now I have multiple criteria again. If you want to search by property type, I only want single family homes, for example, then you go to property type. And here are the property types. Let's do resident single family. Type apply, tap apply. Okay. If you want to do a price range, tap here, and then you can do from the lowest price from 200 to a million. Actually, let's do 700. Then tap apply down on the bottom. So here's I'm searching single family between 2 and 700,000, active and under contract show. Bedrooms, if you want to do that, you can put 3 or more, 2 or more, just like that. Just tap on the numbers here. And if you need more criteria, there's a button down here that says more criteria, tap it. And this is the remainder of the criteria in alphabetical order. Okay. When you're finished, you tap search and we're back on the map. What happened to my filter? Oh, we didn't take. Let's go to single family. Apply. 3, 2. Active, under contract, show, search. There we go. And then the results are here. Now, and when you find the properties, if you want to look at them, simply tap on the marker. I want to look at the 410, for example. Okay, here's the property. And then I can tap on the picture to bring up the information. Now, on the picture here, it tells you how many pictures this listing has, 41. On the top right, we have the virtual tour, this logo. So if you want to look at the virtual tour, simply tap up here. And if you want to make it your favorite, you tap on the star to make it favorite, to set it aside. And you see the star turn yellow. To look at the pictures, you can tap in the middle to open up just the photos. And you can turn your phone sideways also, like landscape. And you see that it makes it bigger. And so you can scroll through the pictures if you want. Okay, swipe with your finger. Simply swipe, 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 and look at the pictures. When you're done looking at the pictures, to get out of here, simply tap the X on the top left to return back to the listing. And you see my listing looks a little different when it's on landscape or sideways. But when I turn it back, portrait, it looks like this again. Okay, next is you have this information. The listing is active, was added on February 25th. It has the prices. It has the price right here. It has the address. The MLS number is on the top right. Bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. And you notice on the right-hand side, it's kind of like fading away. You can swipe to see the rest of the information. So what's hiding back there is the rest of the year built and the lot square footage. So to return back, swipe back with your finger, swipe back. Okay. If you want to do a comparable of this property or this area for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, you can tap comparables. So remember, by default, it has to have 4 bedrooms because this property has 4 bedrooms. So I'm just going to tap comparables. And here's that criteria again. I want recently sold, within 10% of the price range, within a mile, same number of bedrooms. Okay. And then tap search. And this is all within 1 mile. And then you can tap on each one of these property to look at the prices. Like if you want to see this one is really close, you can tap on it and you can see that this one was sold back on February 2021 for $408,000. So that's pretty close to the subject price. All right, to return, when you're finished looking at these properties, you can hit the arrow to return us back here. And to get out, you tap X. Okay, so we're back here. That was the comparables. If you want to email or text this listing to someone, or you can also share it through the app, is the share option. Tap share, and you have those 3 options: by text message, SMS, by email, or send in message. But you have to share the app first to send the message, okay? To send in message. Okay. So let me show you the email, for example. When you email it to somebody, send it to yourself if you want to see how it looks. Send it to yourself and then include notes and tap send. That's it. Simple as that. But if you send it by text, it looks like this. Tap share, send SMS to which client, and it looks like this. You enter their phone number and then tap the up arrow and they tap on the link to view the property. I'm going to tap cancel though to get out of here. So that's sharing. Add to cart. You can put in a shopping cart of one of your clients or contacts. Okay. Cancel. I'm going to cancel out of here. So that's cart. If I swipe to the left, you can also do showing requests. You can do a showing request without having to download the Showing Time app. You can do it right here. And then you have print. If you have an air printer at home, at your office, you can print this listing from the air printer right here, from your app, from your cell phone or tablet. Okay. Simply tap that and select the printer, but it needs to detect a printer. And it looks like this. You see the information right here when I print it. Okay, and then over here you select the printer that is in this. It has to be in the same network or wireless network that you're in. You see that? These are the wireless networks. Okay, do one copy and then tap print, and that's it. I did not select the printer, so that's why the print button is grayed out. Cancel. Okay, next we have, you have private, well, these are the public remark. Oh, let's not skip the map, sorry. There's the map up here. You can view the map. Where is this property located? Okay. You have these buttons too. For what type of map do you want? Do you want the satellite? Do you want the map? Do you want to include school, traffic, flood zones, such things? So satellite looks like this. Traffic, schools. Now I'm adding too many things to the map. X. So there we go. It's not a lot of traffic in this area. Okay, let me X out of there. You see the X to get out of this map, or the I. Let's return it back to regular map. I don't like the satellite. Okay, X, X, tap on the X's, and I'm back here. Here's a cool map. If you have an iPhone, you see I have an option called here, See in 3D. When I tap on that option, check this out. It's like looking at the property from a bird's eye view. So right now, this is, you can see there's Hacienda right here, Tropicana. So that's north. So that's we're facing north right now. So you can see what's north of the property. So if I want to see what's east of the property, with my fingers, I can rotate the map like this. And check this out. This is facing east now. I can zoom out. I'm zooming out with my fingers, squeezing in. So you see what's east. If I want to see what's south, I can turn the map to the south side. And now I'm facing south. Okay. Looks like there's a commercial center or a school over here. Okay. Looks more like a commercial center because I don't see any fields. Normally a school has that. And then if I want to see west, I can turn it also to the west. So you can do it slowly. There's Fort Apache. You see that's west. There's Durango Drive. So you're familiar with this area, right? And we have the mountains back there. So there's west. Okay. So that's pretty neat. So you can give a buyer like a bird's eye view of the area. And there's a hospital. That's pretty neat on Durango X. Okay, so that's it. See in 3D. If you want to get the driving directions from wherever you are in Las Vegas, you can tap directions, and that will take you to the Apple app, the directions. And you see from the association, it says that 6 minutes if I take the regular roads. If I take Sunset, it will take me 1 more minute. I think this is Hacienda or Russell. Oh, that must be, that's not even, no, Hacienda is up here. Russell is here. That must be one of the back roads. Okay, so if you want to use the app, simply tap go, and then it tells you how to get there. To return back to the app, tap MLS Touch. Well, it's covered, but it's up here, MLS Touch. Tap it, and it returns us back to the app. You have the public remarks. Let me tap more so you can see all the public remarks. You have the private notes. Private notes, only you can see it. Okay. Kitchen too small, for example. Okay. Nobody likes a small kitchen. So tap the up arrow, and that note is for yourself. You can now look at the tax records. You tap on realist tax data, and then you drag this up. You need to drag this up so you can see the rest of the information. So here you have the owner information. You have the owner's address. Tax billing address is the owner's address. And then you have the location information, tax, all this information. Sales score indicator looks pretty high because it's listed. Okay, so then you have, oh, looks like my screen froze here. There we go. It's moving again. Okay, mortgage information, sales history. So you can see the previous, well, these look like they had a deed transfer, mortgage history. All that is right here. Okay, so when you're finished looking at this information, to close the realist tax record, tap the X, and we're back. So that was the realist tax data. So you can look at the owner information, sales history, things like that also. Next is the payment calculator. So remember when we set up the defaults earlier? So I'm going to tap on payment. And from here, you can see the principal and interest, the property taxes, association fee, if any. Okay. But remember, this system also deducted 10% down payment. Okay. With a 2.9% interest rate for 30 years. Those were my defaults from earlier when I went into more, remember? Okay, but if you want to change anything here, you tap change and you can edit any of this information. Like you want to increase the down payment, change the rate, change the amortization schedule, you can change it. Okay, I'm going to X out though and leave that alone. Next is features, information about the property, features. You have all this information. Room details, like room dimensions and information. appliances, showing instructions. Okay, it tells you that this is occupied by tenant. Showing description is appointment with an agent. Okay, so you have to do an appointment with the agent. Agent remarks. These are private for agents, you see. We have taxes and fees. I'm sure some of the buyers like to know that, like association fees, taxes a year. You have listing agent information. If I need to contact Hetchy, I can call her right here since I'm on an iPhone. I can just tap call. I can send her a text message, send her an email, request a showing, but it says appointment. So I need to call her or email her unless she set up showing time, but it doesn't show that here on the showing. On the showing description, it should say showing time if it tells you to use showing time. Okay, moving on, we have the history of the property. Okay, and then the last one is additional information. So you have all these categories. Okay, so in the additional, you have the commission. Okay, so that's the information when you pull up a property from MLS Touch. To get out of here, we can tap on the X to return back to the map. Okay, but in this search that I'm doing, I found 4 properties inside this map area. So if I want to see all 4 properties right now, I can tap list up here, and here are those 4 properties. And if I want to email all of these together right now, I can tap on these 3 buttons on the top right. I can put them in favorites, which is, it puts the little star, remember, add to favorites. I can email them. I can text these 4 properties simultaneously, or I can put them in a cart. So if I want to email them, for example, I will tap email, and then the left side, you see the radial buttons up here. I select them. I select which ones I want to email, and then tap done on the top, and then it opens up my email to compose. When you're done composing, tap send. I'm going to hit cancel to return back to the previous screen. Okay, to text them, do the same. Tap on the 3 dots on the top right, send by SMS, select, and then tap done on the top again. Same instructions. Select who do you want to text it to, and then it opens up this. And then when they tap on the link, it opens up the page with the 4, well, I selected 2 this time, with the 2 listings. Tap cancel. Okay, so again, that's how you can text, email, multiple listings at a time. Okay, use these 3 dots up here. You can also get stats right here by tapping on the stats. The stats tells you that in this area on the market, okay, the average price listed is $495. The lowest list price is $410. So looks like you're getting a bargain. The highest is 605. Okay, these are single family. Average days on market, wow, 13 days. Everything is selling quickly, aren't they? And the longest is 34 days, a month on the market. That's incredible. Okay, you have the sold lease data. Okay, so this tells you that the average sale price is $415, lowest sold in the area for $299, highest $552, for single family only, and the longest 570 days. Oof. Okay, we also have off-market properties. This is for the past 3 months, by the way, guys. You can drag this to extend it or to reduce it. Over here, you have the off-market properties, the ones that went off the market, expired, withdrawn, for example. Okay, and that's the same information. Okay, so that's stats up here. Okay, let's return back to the map. And again, if you have an address, whenever you pull up the map, if You need to look up an address, simply type the address. Use street number, street name only. Don't put anything else. Don't use the compass, like north, south, east, west. Don't use that. Okay, if the address is 8074 Villa Avada Court, you just put up here 8074 Villa, well, 8074 space Villa space Avada, and then search. Okay. Okay, let's get out of here. We're done with the map search here. Now let's move to home. Let's return back to the home. So that was the safe search. And this I already mentioned to you. The advanced search is only the criteria. So if you want to do quickly an address search, tap here, enter the address right here. I don't even remember the previous address, but so just type it in, street number, street name only, like I just told you. Oops, let's return back here. And you can have more, you have more criteria here again. So if you want to use the criteria when you're done entering it, simply tap search. But if you're using address only, type in the address, tap search, and it gives you that result if it's listed. Okay. If you made a mistake, reset, start over. Let's go back. Okay, these are my safe searches. Again, the safe searches that I have here, I can save the search here, or if I want to go to a search that I saved in Matrix, I tap Matrix up here. Remember, I have it synchronized, all of it. So if I want to see active Las Vegas, I tap that, and then it takes me right to the results. Okay, and from here I can do whatever. Well, there's 1,436 listings though, but I can do the 3 dots, so I can email them, text them, do whatever I want to do. Go back. Okay, so that's safe searches, my listings, favorites. Remember, I tap on the little star. So if I want to look at that property now, I can tap on favorites. And here's the one that I just saved. Was that the one? No, it's this one right here, 410. I'm looking at a different one. But then you see some of the old ones that have set aside. To get rid of those, open it up by tapping on it, and then tap the star to remove it if you no longer want it in your favorites, and then tap the X to return you back. Okay, so that's how you can get rid of the old ones that went off the market. Go back. So that was favorites. The last thing I want to tell you is the InstaView. The InstaView is a really handy tool when you are showing somebody and you're on the road, for example, and then you see a for sale sign on a property and you want to look at the buyer suddenly asks you, hey, how much is this one? All you have to do is be near the property within, I believe it's 40 feet, they say it. If you're within 40 feet of the property or standing right in front of it, you simply tap on InstaView. I don't have anything right now, but because I'm far away from any property, listed property. So just simply tap on it and it gives you the result right there of anything within, it says 40 feet, but I think within a couple hundred feet, you can get everything that is listed in the MLS. So that's pretty neat. So you don't have to pull up the address or search by address or anything. When you're standing in front of a property, tap InstaView. That's it. Easy as that. Now, here's the problem. In one of my last classes, somebody told me, okay, I'm in Las Vegas, but InstaView is showing me properties from Henderson. That's because she did not turn on the privacy. You need to turn on the location, okay? The location services. This is an iPhone, so I'm gonna get out of the app now. So I'll show you at least that before we conclude today's class. Okay, so now I'm back here. So I'm gonna tap on settings right here on iPhone, on my settings, and then privacy. Need to find that one. You see the hand, privacy. And under privacy, you see my location services are on. Make sure that is on. Okay, you need that on. Tap it, make sure that is on, and then make sure that MLS Touch alphabetically, you see MLS Touch is set to while using. Okay, and precise location, turn that on. So this way, when you're standing in front of the property, this will work. In case you selected no when you install the app at the beginning. Okay, that will do it. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I covered everything on my agenda. Okay, the only part I don't talk about much is the hot sheet, is because you don't have a lot of options on the hot sheet. So if you want the hot sheet, you can tap it, and you need to set it up. But to set it up, all you have to do is pick which cities. That's all you have as an option. You tap configure, and you see what information it gives you. It gives you new listings, price reductions, recently sold, and you simply tap configure to pick which towns you want. So I have Las Vegas and Henderson. That's why those numbers are so huge. So if I only want Las Vegas, let me take out Henderson and then tap next. After you select your city, and then it brings us back here. And this is for the last 5 days. So there's not a lot of criteria here. So for the past 5 days, there has been 1,190 new listings in Las Vegas. 164 prices went down. Okay, and then you can tap it so you can see which properties prices went down. So that's how this hot sheet works. Okay, and if you're interested in emailing it or texting it to somebody, remember the 3 dots are up here for you to put in favorites, email it, text it, add it to the cart. Okay, I'm gonna cancel, and I'm gonna return back. So that's your hot sheet in a nutshell. In a nutshell. So if you're interested in using it, feel free. It's there available to you. Okay. Oh, down here you also have the messages. The messages allows you to communicate with your contacts. Remember, you also had that option uh, when you select multiple properties. So messages here is so you can view if there's any new messages. Again, you can respond back to a text that a client sends you. Remember, you need to share your app first before you use it. Well, that will conclude our class today. Thank you, everybody, for attending. I'm going to stick for a couple of minutes, and let me put the tech support number in case you run into any problems, because one of my previous classes, some of the folks were telling me that, they were having some problem with the app. But if you do, I'm going to leave you the phone number here for a minute in case you need assistance, okay? And their hours are 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to stop the recording now.